Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. The flying Sikh is no more. Legendary Indian sprinter Milkha Singh breathed his last on Friday, June 18, after a month-long battle with COVID-19. This video is a small tribute to our flying Sikh, Captain Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh was an Indian track and field sprinter who was introduced to the sport while serving in the Indian Army. He is the only athlete to win gold in 400 meters race at the Asian Games as well as the Commonwealth Games. He also won gold medals in 1958 and 1962 Asian Games. He represented India in the 1956 Summer Olympics in Melbourne, the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome, and the 1964 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Milkha Singh was born on 20 November 1929. He was born in a Sikh Rajput family of the Rathore clan. His birthplace was Govindpur, a village 10 km from Muzaffargarh city in Punjab province. He was one of 15 siblings, 8 of whom died before the partition of India. His parents, a brother and 2 sisters were killed by Muslim mobs in the violence that ensued. Escaping the troubles in Punjab, where killings of Hindus and Sikhs were continuing, by moving to Delhi in 1947, Singh lived for a short time with the family of his married sister and was briefly imprisoned at jail for travelling on a train without a ticket. His sister sold some jewellery to obtain his release. Singh became disenchanted with his life and considered becoming a dacoit, but was instead persuaded by a brother to attempt recruitment to the Indian Army. He successfully gained entrance on his 4th attempt in 1951 and while stationed at the Electrical Mechanical Engineering Center in Secunderabad, he was introduced to athletics. He had run the 10 km distance to and from school as a child and was selected by the army for special training in athletics after finishing 6th in the compulsory cross-country run for recruits. Singh has acknowledged how the army introduced him to sport, saying that, "I came from a remote village. I did not know what running was or the Olympics." Singh represented India in the 200 meter and 400 meter competitions of the 1956 Melbourne Olympic Games. His inexperience meant that he did not progress from the heat stages, but a meeting with the eventual 400 meter champion at those games, Charles Jenkins, both inspired him to greater things and provided him with information about training methods. In 1958, Singh set records for the 200 meter and 400 meter in the National Games of India held at Cuttack and also won gold medals in the same events at the Asian Games. He then won a gold medal in the 400 meter competition at the 1958 British Empire and Commonwealth Games with a time of 46.6 seconds. These latter achievements made him the first gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games from the independent India. Singh was persuaded by Jawaharlal Nehru to set aside his memories of the partition era to race successfully in 1960 against Abdul Khalik in Pakistan, where a post-race comment by the then General Ayub Khan led to him acquiring the nickname of the Flying Sikh. Some sources say that he set a world record of 45.8 seconds in France, shortly before the Rome Olympics in the same year. But the official report of the games lists the record holder as Low Jones, who ran 45.2 at Los Angeles in 1956. At the 1962 Asian Games held in Jakarta, Singh won gold in the 400 meter and the 4x400 meter relay. He attended the 1964 Olympic Games in Tokyo, where he was entered to compete in the 400 meter, the 4x100 meter relay and the 4x400 meter relay. He did not take part in the 400 meter or the 4x100 meter relay. And the Indian team of Milkha Singh, Makhan Singh, Amrit Pal and Ajmer Singh were eliminated when they finished fourth in the heat stages of the 4x400 meter. There have been claims that Singh won 77 of his 80 races, but these are spurious. The number of races in which he participated is not verified, nor is the number of victories. But he lost a 400 meter race at the 1964 National Games in Calcutta to Makhan Singh, and he did not finish first in any of his 4 races at the 1960 Olympic Games or the aforementioned qualifications races at the 1956 Olympics. Singh's time in the 1960 Olympics 400 meter final, which was run on a cinder track, set a national record that stood until 1998, when Paranjit Singh exceeded it on a synthetic track and with fully automatic timing that recorded 45.70 seconds. Although Singh's Olympic result of 45.6 seconds had been hand-timed, an electronic system at those games had determined his record to be 45.73. Singh was promoted from the rank of Sepoy to Junior Commissioned Officer in recognition of his success in the 1958 Asian Games. He subsequently became Director of Sports in Punjab Ministry of Education, a post he retired from in 1998. As of 2012, Singh lived in Chandigarh. He met Nirmal Kaur, a former captain of the Indian women's volleyball team, in 1955. They married in 1962 and had 3 daughters and a son. In 1999, they adopted the 7-year-old son of Havildar Bikram Singh, who had died in the Battle of Tiger Hill. Singh was awarded the Padma Shri, India's 4th highest civilian award, following his success in 1958. In 2001, he turned down an offer of the Arjun Award from the Indian government, arguing that it was intended to recognize young sportspeople and not those such as him. He also thought that the award was being inappropriately given to the people who had little notable involvement as active sportspeople at all. He said that I have been clubbed with sportspersons who are nowhere near the level that I had achieved, and what the award had become devalued. While sharing his wealth of experience in a college in Goa on 25th August 2014, he also said, "The awards nowadays are distributed like a prasad in temple. Why should one be honored when he or she has not achieved the benchmark for the award? I rejected the Arjun I was offered after I received the Padma Shri. It was like being offered a secondary school certificate after securing a master's degree." All of Singh's medals have been donated to the nation. They were displayed at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi and later moved to a sports museum in Patiala, where a pair of running shoes that he wore in Rome are also displayed. In 2012, he donated the Adidas shoes that he wore in 1960 400 meter final to be sold in a charity occasion organized by actor Rahul Bose. Singh was admitted to the intensive care unit at Fortis Hospital in Mohali on 24 May 2021 with pneumonia caused by COVID-19. His condition was for a while described as stable, but he died on 18 June 2021 at 11:30 p.m. Singh's autobiography, The Race of My Life, was published in 2013. The book inspired Bhag Milkha Bhag, a 2013 biographical film of Singh's life. The film is directed by Rakesh Omprakash Mehra and stars Farhan Akhtar in the lead role. The film was widely acclaimed in India and won awards including Most Popular Film at National Film Awards and 5 awards at the International Indian Film Academy in 2014. Milkha Singh is not just a name. He is the symbol of dedication. He is the sign of struggle. He is the superhero. Okay, thanks for today. Be happy and healthy. Thank you.